Hi students, today we are continuing our tutorial on sets. That is, we're going to focus on the Venn diagram of the sets. So when we talk of Venn diagram, what are we talking about in set? We are talking about a Venn diagram in set. And with that, let us zero our attention, or let us limit ourselves to the two-set Venn diagram. The two-set Venn diagram. So I'm going to draw the Venn diagram we are talking about. Then I explain the various components, the various elements in it. Then from there, we pick it from there. So, in fact, basically the Venn diagram, you see that sometimes you see a rectangle. Then within the rectangle, you see some circles intersecting and others. So, as I've already indicated, we are continuing our tutorial on set. And under the set, we are talking about what? The Venn diagram. The Venn diagram. Okay? The Venn diagram. So, under the set, we're going to talk about the Venn diagram. So, normally, we classify the activity, or we classify the Venn diagram, either it is under two sets or three sets Venn diagram. It depends on the activity. So if, for instance, I state that in a class of, let's say, 35, 17 we offer mathematics, and then 25 offer English. Each student offers at least one of the subjects. Here, I've mentioned two activities. I've just stated two activities. That is the mathematics and possibly what? Science. That tells you that it's a two-set Venn diagram. So in examination or whatever you are doing, don't wait for somebody to come and tell you that what you are talking about is or what is the question a three-set problem or two-set problem. It depends on the activity stated. For example, if there is a question in which they state that in a particular class, let's say 17 offer mathematics, 25 offer English, and then we have 14 offer social studies. In this case, you've mentioned three subjects, so it should tell you that it is what? It's a three-set problem. But here, we want to limit ourselves today to the Venn diagram, like the two-set Venn diagram. So without wasting time, let me sketch a Venn diagram. I strongly believe you've seen a Venn diagram before. And I have one circle here, another circle here. Then, here, let's say N, M. That is number of students studying, let's say, mathematics. Then N, E. Number of students studying what? English language, right? So if, for instance, I write, let's say, A here, B here, and then C here. And then down here is what? D. Then here is N, U. That is total number, right? So I just want us to look at these letters that I've written. Then from there we can pick it there. Because if you are not able to understand where these elements are supposed to be put, then you'll be in trouble. For example, wherever you are supposed to put it, if you don't do that and you put it outside or any other place, you are going to lose marks in examination. Though we are not learning purposely because of examination, but at least you should have the idea about it. Now, this whole big circle, this whole circle here, I'm talking. Look at it. Look at my hand. Is what? I've already indicated that this is the M is for mathematics and E is for English. I've just represented it for purpose of our presentation. So, yes, mathematics circle. So the whole of this circle is what? Is mathematics. So the A here is the number of people or number of students studying mathematics only. I'm talking about A here. Carefully look at this, because when we reach the three-set problem, the dynamics is going to change. But here we are trying to let us start from the two-set problem, build it from here, then we shall subsequently reach there, talking about the three-set problem. So here is what? Only mathematics. Only mathematics. Then that is so A is what? Only what? Math or mathematics. Okay. Then C is what? Only English or English language. I'm repeating. A is only mathematics. C is only English. And then B is what? B is both subjects. If I say both subjects, I'm talking about both mathematics and English. The B is both math. That means if there is somebody here, he offers mathematics and offers English as well. Then the D is the number of students who offer none of the what? The subjects. None of the subjects. You are watching me on Calendar Man TV. You can subscribe there. That's what we are talking about. I'm trying to give you the intro, the concept of the two-set Venn diagram problem. Then from there we begin to solve some problem. So the D is what? I'm repeating. A is only mathematics. A here is only mathematics. C here is only English language or only English. B in the middle here is both subjects. If I say both subjects, I'm talking about both mathematics and English. Then D is none of the subjects. So when you are writing an examination or whatever, you are working something in class, and they ask you, how many of them offered only one subject? So only one subject is going to be what? Only one subject is going to be what? A plus C. That is, it will be only mathematics and only English. That is only one subject. I'm repeating. Only mathematics and only English. That constitute people who offered only one subject. Okay? So from that point, let's come here. Let's come here and continue. Now, then they can ask you at least one subject. That the least is one subject. People who offer at least one subject. So I'm saying that at least what? One subject is what? At least one subject will be what? The least, the lowest is one subject. That's going to be one subject and then one subject or more. At least one subject is what? One subject or more. I believe that in the course of our discussion, there will be a time that we shall reach probability. That's where you understand the at least more. But since we need this in our presentation, I'm trying to let you understand the meaning of at least and what? And at most. So at least one subject is what? Is A plus B plus C. At the least is one subject. It means one subject, either it is one subject or what? Two subjects. Then at most one subject. At most one subject is what? The highest is one subject is going to be 0 subject and 1 subject. So here is going to be D, which is those who offer none of the subject, plus A, plus C. That is going to be at most, the highest is one subject. I hope you're getting the point. Now, after this explanation, I want us to use figures quickly. Okay? Then from there, we can move on. Now, if this side here, let me change it. Let's now use numbers, okay? If let's say here is 2, here is 4, here is 5, here is, let's say, 7. Good. Now, in this case, only mathematics is what? Only maths. Only maths is going to be what? 2, right? Only mathematics is what? Is 2. Only English is what? Is 5. I'm repeating. Only mathematics is 2. Only English is 5. Both subjects is what? Is 4. Both subjects is 4. Then only one subject. Only one subject. Only one subject will be what? People who offer only mathematics, which is 2, plus only English, which is what? 5. So we're going to get what? 7. How many people offer none of the subjects? It's 7. There are 7 people who are in the class, even though they are in the class, they didn't patronize in any of the subjects. Are you getting the point? Yes, that is how it is. So, without wasting time, I think we have to start solving problems, because what we're going to do is more, we're solving more problems than talking. We'll be solving more problems. So, there is a question that is projected in your short, but I'm reading from here, and I can read from both here and that of the board, and it is in your short. You can look at it. He says that in a class of 28 students, in a class of what? 28 students, 14 offer agriculture, 21 offer science, and 5 offer none of the subjects. A. Draw a Venn diagram and represent the above information. Draw a Venn diagram and represent the above information. Then, B. How many students offer I, both subjects? How many students offer I, both subjects? I. Only one subject. I. At least one subject. Then I, at most one subject. But before I do that, before we start solving this problem, let me highlight something on the at least and the at most. Okay. Now, one of the days that we write, let's say, you write A like this, agric, then in bracket 14. We don't write it that way this time. It is rather NA is equal to 14. That is the right convention. That's how you should write it. NA is equal to what? 14. To have written that. Have you noticed how I'm representing the various elements at the various positions? So here it is 21. So here, how many people offer none of the subjects? Here, here it's what? We represent here by what? By X. Okay. Then here is going to be what? 14 minus X. Okay, because the whole of this circle is 14. Then here is what? 21 minus X. Then the people who offered none of the subject is 5. Is that okay? So now let's see, how are we going to solve this problem? Okay, we have 2 ways of solving this problem. Here, in adding, I'm saying that it is what? 14 minus X plus X plus 21 minus X plus 5 is equal to 28. Okay? So this and this goes off. So when we add, what are we going to get? It's going to be 35, which is it 40? That is, this plus this is 35, and so it is 40. So we have 40 minus X is equal to 28, right? 40, because this plus this is what? Is 35. So 40 minus X is equal to 20. So in working it out, I can send the X there. It becomes 40 minus 28 is equal to X. So X is equal to what? X is equal to what? It's equal to 12. So the number of people or students who offer both subjects is what? Is 12. So both subjects. So students offering both subjects is what? Is 12. Okay. So let's continue. We are talking about Venn diagram. That is 2-set Venn diagram, and we are solving a problem. We have stated that in a class of what? 28. So look at where I've put the 28. Number of students who studied what? Science was 21. We put all of them at their respective positions. So over here, we can now say that number studying what? Studying both subjects. Studying both subjects Number of students studying both subjects is what? It's equal to 12. What is the 12? Here is x. So here is your 12. Now, how many students study? So have you seen how we worked out this one? You say it is what? 14 minus x, which is for here, plus this, plus this, plus this. It's equal to 28. And after working it out, that is how we moved. I believe in the course of time, we shall be dealing with change of subject, and we will be getting used to all these areas, how these figures move here and then here and there. So now that we've been able to calculate for x, we can now proceed. But after finishing, I'll tell you an alternative way of solving for the x. So here now, let's see. Both subjects is that. So let me ask you, only agric, students studying only agric, is equal to what? It's equal to 14 minus x, where x is 12, so 14 minus 12. And that gives you what? 2. Right? 14 minus x is equal to what? It's equal to 2. Now, what about only signs? Only signs. Only signs is 21 minus x. I hope you are following. This is the region for only signs. So 21 minus x. So we have 21 minus, and what is our x? Our x is 12. So when you subtract, you get what? You get 9. So you can see that only agric is 2, and only science is what? It's 9. So if I ask you, how many students offered only one subject, you should be able to tell me straight away that it is only mathematics and only science that constitute the people who offered the 2 subjects. I hope you're getting the point right. Now, so that is that. So we are saying that, so only one subject is going to be what? It's going to be 2 plus 9. Where from the 2 and where from the 9? The 2 is only agric, and then the 9 is only science. So when we ask you how many people offered both subjects, you should be able to tell me that it is what? 2 subjects is what? It's 2 plus 9. That gives you what? 11. Is that okay? That gives you 11. Now from the question, so now we've got to know people who offered both subjects, who studied both subjects, and that's what we've indicated. Both subjects is the x that you calculated. Then only one subject. For only one subject, you should be able to know how to calculate for only agric, and then only what? Science. So after we only agric, and we should note something, that agric is also science, but here we are talking about integrated science. So let me be a little bit specific. So here is interscience, okay? Let me put it that way. So the agric, we have separated the agric, which is an elective. I have to make that point clear. Agric is sometimes elective. Then we have the integrated science, which is the combination of all the sciences. Okay, that could be physics, chemistry, biology, and others. So the question, you should amend your, the explanation that it is agriculture, which is agric as an elective, then integrated science, which is the combination of all the sciences. So when you see agric here, we are talking about elective agriculture or agriculture as a specific. Then the integrated science, so here it is rather interscience, okay? So the number of people who offered integrated science, okay, was the 21. So integrated science 21. If I don't do that, somebody will say that, why are you saying science? Meanwhile, agric is also a science. So I have now satisfied your curiosity. I have now made it clear to you, all right? I think we have to proceed. You are watching the Calendar Man television, and the topic is Venn diagram. We are talking about a 2-set Venn diagram. Now, then we say at what? At least one subject. At least one subject. At least one subject to be what? The least is one subject, so it will be one subject or more. Remember that over here, when we subtracted, what did we get here? Because what figure did we get? I've even cleaned it. The figure that we got here, you have to. So I think we got 12. So here became 2, right? And then here was our what figure did we get here? Here we got 12, and then here we got 9, right? So, but in examination, don't be putting them this way. Don't be putting them as I'm putting. I'm just making reference. I will just clean it right now. But here, there's another way that the candidate can rewrite this. Certain candidates, after doing that, they will come and redraw the Venn diagram this way. Okay? Then they will indicate this, indicate that. Then here is NA. So NA is your 14, is there. And then NS is your what? It's your 21. Okay? Then since you have been able to work this, they will come and put their 12 here. Then after working here, they will put their 2 here. Then they will put their 9 here, then their 5 here. If you do that, it facilitates your calculation. It makes calculation very easy. All right? So now that you see that everything is now clear. So whatever question they ask you, you can easily do that and then move on. So here you see that NU is equal to 28. I'm repeating that if you make mistake by putting this, let's say 5 here, you are going to lose marks, -1. Take note. So make sure that you put the respective numbers at their respective positions, and that will definitely help you. Is that okay? Yes. Any question? No. Now, it's just a joke, right? If I say, do you understand? Yes. Any question? No. It's an interesting, it's a way of actually, it's sometimes we used to, create some sort of humor. So you can see that in the course of my presentation, I can say, do you understand? Yes. Any question? No. It means I know that you understand what I'm talking about. Sure. Let's move on, okay? So at least one subject is what? I've already spoken to you about at least. When we say at least, the least is one subject. So at least one subject is minimum is one subject. So it's going to be what? One subject people are 2 plus 9 plus 2 subject people. And that will be what? This is 14 and it will be what? 23. So at least one subject will be what? Will be 23. As I've already stated, after doing this, some people, they can come and redraw their Venn diagram here. But make sure that you follow the timing. Now note, when you are writing examination, some people, they waste their time to write the whole question before they start. That doesn't help, right? Make sure that you go straight to the point and pick and then do whatever you're supposed to do. It's not a bit, you have to be right. Some people, they'll be writing the entire question before they start solving problem. It will take your time. But for diagrams like this, they are very important and they accrue marks. So take note of that. So at least one subject is what? At least one subject is what? Is 23. That is, one subject people are 2, where 2 is what? Only agricultural science. Then 9 is only integrated science. Then plus those who offered both subjects. And that is what we are having over there. All right? Then he says at most, one subject. That's the highest is one subject. So from 0 subject to 1 subject. So that is going to be, this is a 0 subject here. Even though he's in the class, he didn't patronize in any of the subjects. Maybe he's doing other stuff, we don't know. But so long as this is concerned, and we are talking about 2 set problems, the agricultural science and then the integrated science, he didn't take part in any of them. Whether he was afraid of the science, that one I cannot tell. He only knows. They only know. They didn't take part. So it is 5. At most, one subject is 5 plus 2 plus 9. And that will give you, this is 7. So that will be what? Is it, I think, 16. Okay. I hope I've made my point clear. So in your short, you could see that is the question. Now, I've already told you and I've already promised you that on this Calendar Man TV, try and inform your brothers to subscribe. You just subscribe, Calendar Man TV. You subscribe that and more of these updates will be following. I think we have to look at another question. I've already stated that here you'll be solving more problems rather than talking, okay? That will make it, that will make the difference. You'll be solving more problems. You just bring them and we'll be giving you a lot of opportunities. Now let's look at another interesting question. In a class of 30 students, 20 offer mathematics, 18 offer English language, and 18 offer English language. He says each student offers at least one of the subjects. How many students, in your short, you could see over there, offer both subjects, which is I. then II, only one subject. Once again, let's try and put down our data. That is NU, that is the total number of students in the class is what? Is 30, right? And then NM, N mathematics is what? N mathematics is 20. Then N English, NE is equal to what? NE is equal to what? 18. NE is equal to 18. All right. So we've been asked to what? And he said each student offers at least one of the subjects. This is very weird. The moment is they say each student offers at least one subject, it means that there's nobody in that Venn diagram who doesn't patronize in any of the subjects. So without wasting my time, since we've gotten the understanding here, we will not be delaying too much. So let us start. So NU is equal to what? 30, right? Then NM is equal to what? 20. Then NE is equal to what? 18. Then they are asking us that how many students offer both subjects. So straight away you have to represent here by your X, as we did in the sometimes I can decide to pick, I think this one, when you read the three-step problem, you understand it better. When you pick this, okay, I can just write 20. If I write a 20, then I will not write anything inside the 20 circle. Then after that, that means 20 represents the entire content here. So 20 plus 18 minus X is equal to what? It's equal to 30. So here, I'm going to have 38 minus X is equal to 30. By so doing, in order to make it easy, some people, they find it difficult when they are talking about negatives. So here, I can just write 38 minus 30 is equal to X. So X is equal to what? 8, right? X is equal to 8. X is equal to what? 8. Now that we've gotten X to be equal to 8, then what do? Only maths is going to what? 20 minus X. And what is your X? 8. So we have 20 minus 8. That will be 12. Then only English language is 18 minus X. And what is 18 minus X? So 18 minus 8, and that will be equal to what? 10. Okay. So only one subject is going to be what? Only one subject is going to be what? Only one subject is going to be your 12 plus your 10, and that will be 22. That is only one subject, okay? So that is how it is. Follow it that way, and you can move on. Now, let us look at one specific question. Then from there, we can bring today's lesson to an end, okay? That one is a little bit trickish, but you should try as much as possible to get it right. It is still a Venn diagram, a problem, but let's see how that one goes. He says that this one, I'm reading it from the Calendar Man series. You know, I have a mathematics book, a Calendar Man series. If you call that one also, you get later on you get my number and you can get in touch. In a two-game sporting competition involving table tennis and football, this is the last question that we are dealing with. The number of students offering, he said that in a two-game sporting competition involving table tennis and football, the number of players who play table tennis was 2/3 that of the football. If 20 played only table tennis, 5 could not play any of the games, and the total number of players was 115. How many players played football, table tennis, and only one game and others? Now here, watch it once again. He said that in a two-game sporting competition, so here he has stated that NU is 115, right? But there is a secret element here, which you have to be very, very careful about. He said that the number of students who play table tennis, it says that the number of student players who play table tennis was to test that of those who play football. Was to test that of those who play football. It means that those who play football is going to be the reference. If I say that a mother's age is thrice that of the daughter, it means that the daughter is what you have to look at first before you can get that of the mother. So here it says the number who play table tennis is to test that of football. So you say that NF should rather be X. You are not with me. I'm repeating. The number of people who play table tennis is to test that of those who play football. So if this is the football, then N table tennis is going to be to test X. I'm repeating here. When you reach the linear equation, these problems will become the age of the father is twice that of that. We shall be dealing with that. But here, we are talking about two-set Venn diagram. Now, so once we get this one, then we can quickly draw our Venn diagram and then bring our work to almost a halt, right? Now, I have this circle and I have this, okay? Now, so, in fact, NF, number football, NF, that should be the X. So that NT will be what? Will be to test X, all right? But he's saying that only table tennis is what? Is 20. And then N total or NU is 115. So what do you do? In the middle here, because the whole of this is to test X. If this circle is to test X and this is 20, then this becomes 2 over 3X minus 20. Okay? Now, it is optional to find, after getting my X, I can easily find this side, if they ask me. So now look at it. I'm going to solve the problem. But remember that 5 of the students didn't take part in any of the subject, if I'm right. So now let us look at our addition. Now, to avoid certain complexity, look at it. This whole big circle is X. I can avoid this thing by just writing X plus what? What is left here inside the circle? After writing this X, I won't write anything inside this circle again. So X plus 20 plus 5 is equal to 115. If you go by this, it's very simple. You could see that when you read the 3 set problems, it will be very, very easy for us. And in this way, there's a simple way of doing that. But here is 2 set problem. So I can choose to write this one and then just write. So this whole circle, if I write X, I forget about everything inside the circle because I've written X. And the X represents this circle. So it is X plus 20 plus 5 is equal to 115. So I'm having X plus 25 is equal to 115. So subsequently, I'm going to get 115 minus 25. And that will be what? 90. You are not with me. So I've gotten my X to be what? To be 90. So here, it means here is 90 now. If here is 90, then let me ask you, how many offered both? How many played both? So both is going to be what? It's going to be 2 tests times 90. Okay? Watch here. Minus 20. The whole of this is the both. To test X minus 20, where X is your 90. So by cancellation, this one will cancel this, and we get here to be what? 30. So here becomes 2 times 30 is what? Because this one goes into this. So 2 times 30 is what? So 60 minus 20. All right? So if I'm to redraw my Venn diagram, then it's going to be like this. And the circle is going to be like this. Okay? So here is now, if you substitute the X, here becomes 40. All right? And interestingly, once the whole of this place is now, so NF is now what? It's now 90. I can easily get here as what? As 50. All right? I can easily get here as 50, and here is your what? Your 20. And here is your 5. Just test and see. Add this, this, and this, and this. You'll get to your 115. And subsequently, whatever question they ask you, you should be able to, answer it. Please, write down this question, the question in your short. So you go and try your hands on it, okay? So that is how it is. So at least be exploring more about that. You are watching the Calendar Man TV. Okay, subscribe and then share it with other people. So that is for your information. So it says that members in a farming community, as you see in your short, members in a farming community plant either plantain or cassava, okay, or both. It says that 18 of them plant plantain, while 13 plant cassava. How many plant both of them? In this case, I think we are ending here, and in our subsequent editions, we'll be dealing with the 3 set problems, and then on and on and on. There more are coming on your way. Thank you much. Thank you very much. And I'm saying that you have to subscribe to Calendar Man TV. Calendar Man TV. Let me write it so that you can also tell your colleagues about it, and then you subscribe. Okay, so that over here I'm saying that Calendar Man TV. Go to YouTube and then subscribe, okay, and you'll be getting updates. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.